Hey guys, Nerdcules here. Let's just do a quick rundown of last night's episode. Now, I loved getting 2 episodes in a week, super exciting, and last night's episode was a gut punch. Oh man, I knew all the stuff that was coming because of the game, but nevertheless, brilliantly executed. So, let's kind of jump into it. So, starting out, Henry and Sam, I love the casting choices. I thought both of those men did an excellent job. And I love the decision to make Sam deaf. I feel like that added a whole kind of different dynamic layer to the relationship of their brothers and the challenges that they face. I also felt like it was a great opportunity to just have some more diverse representation on the show. And so far, the show has been doing that in spades. So absolutely awesome, great choice. Felt like the tension did a great job throughout the episode, just kind of building and building, right? Last week we were left with that gun pointed right in Joel's face. But from that point on, we kind of see these four start to bond, almost become kind of this unique kind of family in a way. The journey down underground was horrifying. I was literally shaking the whole time, just waiting for something to pop out. But I thought that it was really cool that they found that kind of underground bunker, and you kind of get this feel for what life was like for different segments of society after everything fell apart. Then, of course, kind of culminating in that giant battle in the suburbs at the end. Lots of awesome scenes. I loved kind of the sniping element that you have from the game that's similar to that scene. Of course, the whole team just kind of running like mad from the trucks with the big metal like cattle prod things on the front. Just wonderfully done. All that tension between Kathleen and Henry and that kind of confrontation, all culminating in that swarm of infected, right? And we got our first look at a bloater. But amidst all those things, I should say, it was gnarly. The bloater just like rips Perry's head off like it's nothing, right? It reminded me like twisting the top off of a Squeeze-It bottle or something like that. It's just so ridiculous how quick he does it. But of all of that, the thing that was creepy as hell was the little kid clicker. That thing was nutso. Definitely something that's going to be haunting my dreams a bit. But that scene was just really well done. If you watch the kind of into the episode after the credits were done, they mentioned that they had some of the production staff from Planet of the Apes come and help to set up that scene and things like that, which I think really paid off, going that extra layer. But just wonderfully done. And then obviously all finally culminating in what happens to Sam. Now, that I will say was heart-wrenching. It's hard in the game to be there and experience that, and you've fallen in love with these characters, and there's this opportunity for hope, but in typical Last of Us fashion, every time there's hope, it's dashed, right? It almost punishes you for trying to be optimistic, but in doing so helps to highlight that is what makes humans humans. That even in the face of insurmountable odds, when we shouldn't have hope, we do, right? So here we have hope that Sam and Henry, they might escape. But of course that isn't their fate. And, with Sam, I think that scene with Ellie and the writing on his board, because he was deaf, that just added a whole level of dynamism that we didn't get out of the game. And I thought that was just brilliant. It made a lot more sense too, why in the morning when it was almost shot for shot, Ellie going up to Sam and he's just kind of standing there quietly. It made a lot more sense, that tension and kind of that, the flip, that you wouldn't expect him to be turned, but also that he wouldn't hear Ellie in the same room. And then of course, the tragic end with Henry, just insane, right? Just a lot. So, just remarkable, but a lot, and very powerful and very heavy. And I'll say something that I loved about the episode is that we got a little bit of closure with these characters. You know, in the game, they die and then we just move on, right? It's a couple months later, we're into the fall. Here, we got to see Joel and Ellie bury them. And we got to see, again, kind of Ellie pushing forward and now pulling Joel along, and how he's kind of, seeing himself soften after 20 years because of these people, namely these kids that he keeps meeting. I mean, even though Henry is much older than Sam, I mean, Henry, Sam, Ellie, these are all still kids under his purview. And so for Joel, this was not the same intensity as losing his daughter, Sarah, or if he were to lose Ellie, but losing Sam and Henry just kind of reminds him that he's an adult and these are kids and they're vulnerable. And that's his responsibility. That's his cross to bear, is to constantly protect them and be their guardian. And in this case, it's another instance where he's failed. And so we see that kind of brokenness in him, and it pushes us as the viewer to want to find ways to continue to heal this world, to heal him, and most importantly, to safeguard Ellie in order to do it. So just absolutely wonderful. There's so many more layers to peel back. I want to know how that episode hit you, so please leave it in the comments. Let me know. And until next week, when we get another rundown of episode 6, high five and subscribe.
Subscribe. Oh yeah. Hercules.